All right, everybody. So welcome. This is our first ever Alkali Beauty Alkalive event. My name is Danielle D'Alessio. I am your Director of Education for Alkali Beauty, and I am so excited to be hosting our first ever event. Before we get started, I just wanted to remind everyone that from now until March 31st, you will all be receiving 55% off $50 or more on your purchases from alkalibeauty.com using the code ALKALIVE. Everyone's also going to be automatically entered in raffles to win a blonding kit from Alkali Beauty. And tomorrow we're going to be raffling off the Alkali and Shark Fin shears. So make sure that you're keeping an eye on all of the Alkali Beauty stories today and tomorrow. So now I am going to turn it over to the ever so fabulous Dawn. Are you ready, Dawn?
Yes, we are.
Awesome.
Hey, hi, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us on a Sunday morning. My name is Dawn. I am on Instagram at Array of Colors, and I am the Alkamob liaison for Alkali Beauty. Today, I'm going to be showing you how to perfect your blowout. Before we get started, actually, I just want to tell all of you that, like she just said, we have the exclusive offer, so make sure you take advantage of it because you don't want to miss out on these products. And also, for all stylists out there that are attending and all barbers, we have our Alkamob auditions that start tomorrow, and they run until April 15th. So for any stylist or barber who would like to join us, we are a very supportive, friendly group. We accept everybody. Everybody's loved. Everybody's supported. We help one another. You also get, when you audition and if you get selected, you also get regular features on all of our pages, or to a couple of our pages. You get early access to new products to try them out. We also have a symposium every year that we're going to be doing, which is in September of this year. So there's a lot of fun things that you wouldn't want to miss. And so please audition, and you can check us out on the main page, which is at Alkali Beauty, to see how you can go about doing that.
Oh my God, awesome, Dawn. Thank you for telling us. I'm so excited. You got to announce it.
I would love to see so many people audition. It'd be so fun. And there's also, we have Alchemist of the Year. So if you are already an Alkamob member, you can also audition to become Alchemist of the Year, which is a huge, phenomenal title. And you get a gorgeous crystal trophy, like seriously, like you won a Grammy. And then so many perks. The list can go on and on, but also look out for that as well, because we are actually doing auditions already. So you can already submit what you need to. So if you have any questions, please feel free to DM me, DM Danielle or Alkali Beauty, and we'd be happy to help you. So today I am going to show you how to do a blow dry. I have Mariana here, who was so gracious to come and be my model. So what I did first, we shampooed her. She has very curly, thick hair, as you can see. Gorgeous hair, all natural color too. This morning we shampooed her with our Luxe Shampoo. It's great for dry hair or damaged hair. We have a lot of great ingredients inside, which we have aloe, which is super moisturizing. We have chamomile, and it's going to soothe her scalp and her hair. We have comfrey, which is a plant, so it's going to heal and nourish. Lemon balm, which is delicious. It's promotes all the strength and growth. And then also oak bark. So that's going to seal her hair with so much moisture. And anytime you have curly hair, you always need a little bit more moisture than someone who doesn't have curly hair. So this was a great shampoo to use for her. Also the conditioner, we used Luxe conditioner, and it has pretty much the same ingredients. A couple different things is it has coconut oil, so it's going to detangle and nourish her hair. And we have keratin protein in there, which is going to repair. So any of you stylists out there who do keratin treatments, this is a fabulous shampoo conditioner that's keratin safe. So I would highly recommend giving it a try. And for the products I put all over her hair already. We blow dry this section out just so you can start to see what we're going to get from just the round brush. She has gorgeous hair.
Nice. So, smooth hair, Dawn. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And it's so bouncy, you know, from how curly it is to get it this smooth.
Awesome.
Thank you, Alkali, right? So I used on her, I'll show you. Back here I have Tame, and this is a balm. So it's really good actually for curly hair too, if you want to wear your hair curly. And it works well for medium to coarse textured hair. We have balm in here, which is a fragrant ointment. and it's to heal and soothe. And we really want to heal and soothe this thick of hair and this curly of hair, definitely. And an anti-humectants, and what those are is it's going to help to take out the excess water and block it from getting frizzy from the humidity and whatnot. So it's an awesome product. I use it in my hair all the time. And then my little trick that I did, which I don't even know how I came about figuring this out, but this is Grip and it's our paste. So obviously she has really full hair already, a lot of volume. However, sometimes the hair can just go flop when it's really heavy. So this is mostly people think just use this for men's cuts and whatnot, but I use it on my pixies and I use it on my blowouts. So what I'll do is I haven't put it in yet on this side, so I'll show you. Excuse me. So it's just a wax, and I just put a little bit on the fingertip. I just rub it in my hands first, because otherwise you're going to get a big sticky glob. And I just run it through wherever you want the volume, because this is going to definitely give you some body. It makes the hair actually feel thicker. So for you fine hair ladies out there, or thin hair as well, if you want some extra body, just put a little bit in. It goes a long way, and you're going to get some definite volume, and also not just the volume, but the hold, because it has a hold in it too. So, you know, sometimes you put the volumizer in your hair and then you're like, what the heck, my hair's flat. This will definitely help and give you that hold that you're looking for.
That's a killer tip. I love that.
Right? Isn't it awesome? So what it has in there, I'll tell you too, some fun ingredients. It has beeswax, so it's going to seal your strands and it moisturizes. It also has lanolin, which adds a lot of moisture and body, and castor oil, which is a bean, but it enhances the health of the hair and it also promotes hair growth. So
awesome. You actually have a question too. Alicia's asking, how does Grip compare to Plum?
To Plum. So the Plum doesn't have so much as a hold. This is a little bit heavier, so it has a hold. So when you want that volume, Plum will give you the fullness and everything, but for me personally, like this, so you get the hold of it as well.
Okay, so cool.
Yeah, thank you. Anybody have any questions, please feel free to type them in. Danielle's gonna let me know what the questions are, and I'll be here to answer. If you can't hear me, I can take my mask down a little bit, because I'm gonna have the blow dryer on, so it's gonna be maybe a little tricky. So just let me know if you need me to speak a little louder.
I will yell at you.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so what I normally do is I'll take just a small section of the hair. The smaller the better, otherwise you're just going to be here blow drying forever. I turn this up here. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you, yeah.
Yeah?
Perfect.
What was that? Sorry.
Oh, no. I said you're perfect, Dawn.
Okay. You can hear me. I can't hear you. Sorry. Okay, so I'll explain what I'm going to do before I blow dry.
Perfect.
So what I like to do is, it's no rush. Do you ever see a blow dry, someone going like,
oh my God, yes.
And I'm not sure where they're racing to go, but it actually backfires, because what happens is you don't get it smooth. You don't get all throughout the sections of the hair. So like the turtle wins the race, just take your time. And once the hair is actually dry, a lot of people stop there, but the trick is you want to go past when the hair is dry. So once it's dry, I still keep going over with my brown brush and the blow dryer, because then now that's going to soothe, seal in the hair, the frizzies, and it's going to make it a lot smoother. So I'll show you when we get to this hair here that's still curly and how much smoother it will be once you keep going over that section. I don't like to touch the tip of the blow dryer to the hair. I just aim it at the hair. I don't want to burn her hair off. I don't think she'd really appreciate that. Although she probably won't notice because she has so much hair, but still. So I'm going to blow out this section here. If you have any questions, just let me know. Also, another tip is to make sure you go through the whole entire end of the hair. Don't just stop here and restart and then restart again. You want to make sure you get those ends, because that's usually where the most damage is at on the hair. So you want to make sure you're really getting those ends sealed in too, so they're a soft, smooth finish. I like to twist it around, and then you get a little bit of a bounce and a curl. Okay, so this side is pretty much done. I am going to start on the other side so you can actually see what the transition of when it's curly to get to be straight. I'm just going to do her bangs first. I actually always start off when anybody has bangs, I always blow dry them first no matter what. I feel like if they air dry, they just never lay right, for me at least. So I always do those first. That's why I did her bangs pretty much already. And now you can see here, we got a little bit of frizzies and a lot of curl, and she has so much hair. So I'm going to start off in the back, and I like to take smaller sections, like I said, just makes for a smoother blowout. Also, you always want to blow dry in the direction that you want the hair to lay. So say you wanted some big voluminous hair, what you're going to do is blow dry the hair up, because that's going to create volume when you come back down. But for her sake, we really don't need that much volume, so I'm just going to blow dry it facing downward. Make
Oh,
sure
that's perfect.
And don't want to forget about them. Sometimes I like to spray our afterglow in between each section. Just gives the hair a little bit of shine. Well, it gives her a lot of shine, but when you're blow drying it in, it kind of seals it in. It's really, really nice.
So Dawn, I have a couple of questions for you.
Any questions at all?
Yeah, so Crystal is asking what your favorite brush is to use for doing a blowout like this.
Okay, so Olivia Garden, I love these, the gold brushes.
Mm-hmm.
They're metal, so it acts like a curling iron. So the best thing you want to do first too is, good question, because you made me think of a point, is I always blow dry first before I get the round brush to the hair. This is only a styling tool. It's not made to start from soaking wet hair. So what you want to do is just blow dry the hair. Don't mess it all around. You're just going to get frizz. So softly. I get most of the moisture out. Pretty much like 70-75% of the moisture out of the hair. Just so it's damp. And these brushes are great for coarse curly hair because it'll really soothe it. So smooth it. I'm sorry. When you're blow drying, this gets really hot. So it's, like I said, serves as a curling iron. But for any clients who have finer textured hair, I wouldn't go this route. I would use a more natural boar bristle brush just because the bristles are soft and it's wood. So you're not going to burn or damage the hair.
That's an awesome. And then I have another question for you too. Yeah. You're getting all the questions, Donnie.
Good. Come and bring them to me.
Someone said, sometimes I get clients who have frizzy hair, and when I blow dry up for volume, the frizzies stick. Is there a way to better control that?
Yes. So what you can do, I'll show you. This is what I do. I know it gets tricky because we always were taught, right, don't blow dry the hair up because then you get to break up all the hair and it gets all frizzy. But after I've been doing that, I was like, oh, I got an idea. So I'm gonna blow dry the hair up. Don't forget the ends. And then I'm just going to smooth it down back this way. So now it's going to bring all those hair strands back down again. So you're still going to get that volume, but then you get the smoothness too. So that's this little section I did here. So it has the volume and oomph, but also smooth.
That looks so good.
Thanks. Yeah, when I'm blow drying up, I know exactly what you mean. You're like, wow, the hair looks like crazy, you know? They're like, well, what happened here? So you just go back over it and smooth it down and you'll be good to go. So we'll take our next section down.
Now, how big of a section do you take?
So I typically take, they say it's like, almost like a perm. You can take as big as the diameter of the brush, but I don't like to. I take pretty small sections. I would say no bigger than an inch, especially with how thick Mariana's hair is, because otherwise you're not going to get through to the in-between hairs. And if this bottom layer doesn't start off and stay smooth, you're just going to create for disaster after, and she won't be able to walk out the door and her hair will be so big. So as long as each section is smooth, your next section is smooth, you'll get a perfect blowout in the end.
So perfect.
Yeah. So you can see, I love watching the curls, just crazy what these brushes and blow dryer and products can do.
I'm noticing too, you have really great tension. Like your tension that you have is like really like that's
great. That's a great point too. You want to have control of your brush. If you don't have control of your brush, you're not going to have control of your blow dry. So a good strong tension on the brush. If I just go in there like this, you're never going to get it smooth. So you want to really grip that hair and get it going. Another really fun, cool trick I love to do, what I won't do today because we will be here for like 3 hours. But it's so awesome. And I probably wouldn't, well, I might do it to her hair. I'll show you. What you're going to do is blow dry the section. Just make sure you get it nice and smooth and make sure it's like 150% dry, because if it's not, it's going to be a disaster after. I'll show you why. So what I can do is, I'm going to blow dry it. Once I have it all dried and all smooth and straight, I'm going to roll the hair up like this. And since it has like a Velcro type texture almost, I'm just going to hold the blow dryer there. And then I'm going to move on to my next section, and I'm going to leave this here. So in order to do this, you have to have like at least 10 round brushes of the similar size. But that's going to act as like you're setting the hair almost like with a curling iron, because it's hot right now. So when you take it down, when it cools down, it has a beautiful, voluptuous curl, and it almost like you curled your hair with the iron without curling your hair with iron.
So I've got a couple of questions for you, Donnie.
Yeah.
Someone's asking what your favorite products to use for coarse wavy hair for smoothing, or like a combination of products. What do you like for that?
I definitely like to use Tame, and which is the one we were talking about earlier. And then I also use VIP, which is here. Oh, I just ran out of it. Oh, right here. I ran out of it for my use. So this is a serum. So I cocktail them together, and it makes for a beautiful blowout. I didn't use it in her hair today. I'm just showing you the products that I was using, but I love that. The Tame for coarse curly hair is an excellent, excellent product. It really, really helps smooth. As you can see her hair, the difference here, I'll show you. You know, you can see the texture difference, how curly, and then how smooth it is.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And then someone else was asking, do you find taking smaller sections goes faster? Because they said they personally take bigger sections to speed up and want to know if they're doing it all wrong.
No, my gosh, no. You can't. Everybody, you know what? It's like 2 + 2 is 4 and 3 + 1 is 4. So there's always different ways to go about doing things. So not that my way is definitely not always right, but it's what I feel most comfortable with. So if you're taking bigger sections, if you're noticing maybe your blowout is not as smooth as you want, I would maybe cut that section in half. It actually is faster taking smaller sections, just because you're getting that smooth. So what happens is when you're taking the big sections, you're blow drying it and going through it, and at the end you're like, shoot, I got to go back and use a flat iron now, or I got to go back and re-blow dry it because it's not smooth. So you won't have to do that if you take the smaller sections. When you're done, then you're done. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah?
That's a great way of explaining that.
All right. Okay, we'll move on to the next one. And please, any questions you have at all, please feel free to ask.
Perfect.
Oh yeah, that's what I was doing. I need this back. I'm like, wait a second, what part was I at here? Okay. Anybody new to Alkali that has not used any of the products yet and have any questions about something they might want to use, please feel free to ask. I'm more than happy to help you and direct you to purchase the right products for you or your clients. So if I was going to do the roller or the brush set, what I call it, I would just keep, going over the same thing when I was doing it. Section out. I blow this section all the way dry, and then I roll it up just like a curling iron. I'm not actually touching her hair with the brush, but really, really close to it. I learned the hard way when I literally burnt my hair right off on my brush long ago by doing that. Did not work out well. So I'm going to take this down. And you see the nice curl you get? It's a volume and it has bounce to it. So you can do that throughout the whole head. It takes a little time, but it's a beautiful result.
Oh yeah, that's gorgeous.
Yeah. Like I said, go slow, better, smaller section. And tension is key. You want to make sure you really hold tight to that brush. It also will stretch the curl out a little bit more so you get a smoother, straighter. And I always like to twist it just to give the hair some bounce. Okay.
So Dawn, with hair like this, how long does it take you to do a blowout?
So typically it would take me for her hair about 30 minutes, maybe 35.
Okay.
Yeah, so when we did the side section, it was probably about 15 minutes it took me to do that section. But yeah, I'll say about 35 minutes total. So just running through, and of course, however, when you aim the blow dryer lower or back, I'm holding it this way instead of this. You hold the blow dryer like this, and these hair strands are going to fly up, and you're just going to get a whole bunch of flyaways. So that's why I always hold the brush. I aim it downward, so I'm sealing those in instead. Probably really bad for my wrist, but it works really well for a blowout. I don't want to forget my little ends here. Twist them around. And once the hair is dry, you can start twisting that brush around. You don't want to twist it when it's wet, because you're going to get the brush stuck in the hair. Any questions?
You just have a lot of people that are very impressed with you. And Nicole says, go Dawn, go.
What happened?
I said, you've got a lot of people that are saying they're very impressed with you.
Oh, thank you.
Nicole's saying, go Dawn, go.
Yeah. Rock on, Nicole. So if anyone also has questions about our Alkamob, another great perk for being it is I'm the liaison. Talk with me a lot, and I'm there to help support you in your work in any way that I can. I love to show off some of our, actually all of our masters are incredibly amazing at their craft. It's crazy. It's so nice to see such a variety of stylists. We have a couple barbers as well, but it's nice to see how much you can do with cosmetology. Some people like to do blowouts, some people like to do vivid, some people like to do balayage, and there's all different ways and so many things you can learn along the way. So we all look to support one another. We have a great page that we're all on. It's a private page just for Alkamob, and you can ask questions, and I like to repost the beautiful work that's we're always tagged in. It's a lot of fun. They're a lot of fun.
Yeah, Dawn is the perfect person to talk to.
All over the world. You say something?
I said that you're the perfect person to talk to about the Alkamob and the auditions and stuff, because everyone kind of gets to chat with Dawn if you ever have questions. Like sometimes we'll do some like, you know, flash sales or things like that. And, you know, Dawn helps you direct people too. So if you need education, she'll send you like to me or Nicole.
Yeah.
Artistic stuff. Yes, like, you know, she really is like your gateway to getting all the information and support that you need. So we're really glad to have you.
Yeah, I love being liaison. It really, I love to support our mob. I love to show off their work. And it, like, sometimes I see it and I'm like, how in the hell did they even do this? Like, it's amazing. So I just like to show it off. It's so fun for me. And I just love being a part of it. It's such a really great group of people. So I'm just going over the section a couple times to see how smooth we're going to get it. So if you saw it, I should have pointed that out, which I'll do in the next section. If you saw it was dry, but it was frizzy. So when it's dry but frizzy, you want to make sure that you keep going over it. I know it might be redundant, but I promise you it will be much better results doing that. We'll take down our next section. Here. If I don't get my clip stuck in this beautiful mane of hair. Can you guys see me okay? Am I in good position for everybody to see? That's why I chose to do that side first. I figured that way you can at least see what I'm doing.
No, this is perfect. I think, is everybody able to see Dawn? We're all doing good. Yeah, I think we're doing okay there, Dawnie.
Okay, cool.
Thumbs up.
I'm just gonna go over this section and I'm gonna show you what it looks like once it's dry. And then we're gonna compare it to what it looks like when it's dry and then smooth over a little bit. And sometimes that's why I like to use our afterglow spray in between, because it'll seal that hair in place. So when I drop the next section, it doesn't get as frizzy. So now our hair is dry, but you see we still have a lot of frizz and a lot of flyaways. So if that happens to you, it doesn't mean you don't know what you're doing or you think your blow dries are terrible. Not at all. It just means you need to just go over it a little bit more to get it the way we want it. And I'll show you the difference now. And there's no race. Like I said, you don't need to be one of these, you know, and then yanking on your client's head and they're like, what's going on back there? Why is she ripping my head off? Make sure we're going to seal in the end. And just go over it a couple more times. I try to use it on the highest heat for thick, coarse hair until they yell at me and say I'm burning their scalp like I did to Mariana a little earlier. So if you can't, use it on your high setting. I love this blow dryer. It's bioionic, and no, I'm not a sales rep or anything for them. I just really love this blow dryer. Okay.
Oh, perfect. So that was like the next question was someone was asking about your blow dryer. And can you just refresh everyone's memory? Which products did you use in her hair? Just because we've had a few people kind of pop in.
Yeah, sure, of course. I just want to show you real quick. See the difference now when we went over it a couple more times? Can you tell from
gorgeous.
Yeah. So it's just a lot smoother, a lot softer. So what I used today, I prepped Mariana with the Luxe Shampoo and Conditioner. It's great for dry textured hair, for curly hair, damaged hair. It'll give you so much moisture that we all probably need in our hair. Then after that, I put in our Tame, which is a balm. So it's going to smooth out her hair. It's going to help diminish any frizzies and keep it soft and shiny. And then a little trick that I use is Brick, and this is our paste, but it gives a lot of volume in the hair and it gives it hold. So when I use other products, if I feel like if they're always telling me my hair always falls, I use it and it's nice and full, but then later on it falls. This will really help out to keep that volume going the whole day. So that's what I use today.
Perfect.
Yeah. And let's see. Go on. We're almost there, guys. Anybody from outside of the U.S. on that would be so cool. I'm not sure if there are, but what was that?
I said, well, you've got a whole lot of people just watching you. And I was going to say, you're just about at that half an hour mark. So
okay, cool. So
you are blowing this out of the water. You're doing good.
Yeah, we're doing great on time.
Yeah, this is really, for someone with a ton of hair, this is going very quickly.
Yeah, her hair blow dries beautifully. And also we just cut it probably a couple weeks ago. It was a really long time since she had it cut, so we added some layers in it, and her hair is so gorgeous. It's so beautiful, and it just blow dries so nicely. And I did take some before photos, so when we're all done, I am going to post, and I will send to Beth or Michelle, or one of you ladies who want to post a before and after, right, of her hair. So that way you guys can see what it looks like before I even shampooed it.
Perfect.
Am I hearing things?
You're doing okay.
I'm not, I don't want to miss a question with the blow dryer, and I have the door open so we don't suffocate in here. And but there's other stylists working today, so I'm like, wait, is that them talking or is so?
You're doing okay, Dawn. I think you can hear me over anything in the world. I have the loudest voice, so you're good.
This is true. I can even tell when you're yelling at me through a text message. I'm like, oh, I'm in trouble.
You're never in trouble.
I know, I'm teasing. Follow through to the end. Make sure you hold the tension so you are in control and the hair doesn't take over on you. You always want to be in control. So I really have this brush tightly gripped. And like I said, now we're here and dry. But I definitely don't like the way this looks. So then that is my cue to make sure I'm going back over it again. We are natural. We are not organic because we do have lanolin and beeswax in some of our products, but it is a lot of ingredients that you can read and not have to get out your thesaurus and figure out what it is. Like I was saying earlier, we had chamomile, we have oak bark, we have sage, we have beeswax, castor oil. So this is all on the back of the bottle where you can actually read it and not scratch your head and say, what the hell does that even mean? So it's really nice. And if you guys haven't signed up, we have 9 other classes with amazing educators, and I'm not just saying that. I promise you, they're going to be such good classes. I signed up for all 10 to support all my Alkamob members, and I love to learn. So you should check it out.
Yeah, we definitely have some great classes. I mean, obviously, we started off with an amazing class with you, Donnie, but we definitely have some really cool things going on. We've got like editorial styling. Today we have, after you, we have Stacy who's doing curly hair. We have some color blocking. We've got vivids and foliage today with Sharon Leader. We have Tori doing color blocking. Jessie Lee is doing her vintage. I'm so excited. Yes. And tomorrow's going to be killer too.
I know. I'm really excited. I bet Stacey's thinking I want to get my hands on her hair to do the curly styles. When I was thinking that earlier and I forgot to say that because she'd be a perfect model. So we should wash her and then send her out over to Virginia and her hair curly. Just kidding. Sometimes I'll hold the hair up, so I'm going to create some volume just because I'm a product of the 80s. Well, born in the 70s, but whatever. I still love big hair from the 80s. So I like to hold the hair up, and that way it's going to create some volume. And I'm blow drying it this way, so I'm sealing the hair instead of blowing the hair out that way. That make sense?
That's perfect.
Cool. And then you see, look at this bounce that you get from that.
Dawn, that's gorgeous. This is an amazing blowout.
Thank you. Thank you. I took some tips from Michelle when she did my hair. I will never forget that in my life. That was the best blowout in the universe.
Yeah, Michelle is a hair slayer with the blowouts. My goodness. She's actually messaged me and she just wanted me to mention that we have an exciting development in blow drying coming soon. So we're just going to leave it at that. And we have some really awesome blowout products that are going to be coming out in the near future as well. So we definitely want to be keeping an eye on all of these things that are going to be coming out. I know you were like dying to sneak some stuff in the hair, and it's really hard to keep secrets.
I promise. But I have it hiding back here. No one can see it. But I was like, oh, I just want to use it so bad because it works so good, but I won't. That's cheating, so I didn't.
But yeah, so we've got some really awesome stuff that's in production, and can't wait to be able to share it with everybody. I'm like dying about that.
Me too. I'm really excited. Is it too hot at all? You might not. I don't want to bring your scalp off like I did. Sometimes I shake my blow hair back and forth just to make sure I'm getting all the hair. If you're ever questioning your blow dry, just go over some of the steps that we're going over today, or always feel free to send me a message. I would love to help. I love to help, and I love to learn. So I'm an open book. If I see any hair on the other side that maybe get a little bit frizzy or flyaway, I just go over it real quick. So I'm gonna finish this section here, and then we have about 2 more sections to go only. I'll definitely be taking pictures, like I said, so you guys can see what she looked like when we started. If you want volume, like we went over earlier, you can blow dry the hair up, which it does create a lot of flyaways, but you can seal it back down once you're done drying. So keep going over it. You get so much volume. Marianne's going to be going out to dinner later, so she is going to be all set.
Oh, perfect.
Blowout, right? It'll be awesome.
There is nothing better than a fresh blowout.
Right?
Especially when you don't have to do it yourself.
That, and then you don't have to worry about your hair for at least a good 3 days after.
Oh, for sure.
Right? And I always feel like second day blowout hair, for some reason, I feel like it's even better than the first day. I don't know what it is, but I just love the second day look.
Me too.
Hustled a little, I don't know. Oh, another good point that I should bring up too. If it gets a little tangly, don't rip through it with this brush because you're just going to rip the hair. So if you have a wet brush or a wide tooth comb or anything like that, I just like to brush through it lightly. Start from the bottom up. And another tip I learned, and I don't know where I learned this from, but I never knew this. You hold your brush this way and start from the bottom and work your way up. It makes it a lot easier. So try that, and you're going to think of me and say, you're right, it did. But I didn't come up with it. I learned it from somewhere along the way.
That's a good hack. I like it.
Yeah. I was like, oh, wow, it's amazing. I don't want to rip through the hair with a round brush, because then you'll have a big chunk on the floor. Your client will wonder what happened. Or be extremely upset. I just love twisting it. I don't even know if it's funny though, some people's hair, I can twist and twist and twist. For example, my sister's hair, when I blow out her hair, she has curly hair as well. I can twist and twist, and she just doesn't get the bounce that curl. She has a lot of hair too. It's just funny how some hair texture won't. Perfect curl. And my sister has beautiful hair, it just doesn't like me to round brush it. I guess. So here's how we're looking. And you can see all the layers I put in her hair. You guys see that okay?
Yeah, that looks gorgeous. I really just can't get over how quickly you've been able to give such a smooth blow dry with like a mane of curly hair. Like,
oh yeah, I'm telling you, Alkali, the products, I'm not just saying this. Nobody told me to say this. I promise you, they are amazing. They work so well. I mean, I did Mariana's hair a long time ago. I could never be able to get it like this before. And then we did a fresh cut, so it just makes it even look prettier. So yeah. And you also want to make sure you have a good round brush. You know, you're only as good as your tools. So if you have crappy tools, you can't expect, you know, beautiful results unless you're a magician. And also, if they have a really curly hair from the top and you want to try and smooth it, the best thing to do is even use a smaller brush. I have a lot smaller brushes, but you really want to get in there to pull the hair tight. You want to remain the tension here and really tug on that. That way you're pulling that curl out from the root, and then that way it doesn't stay curly or frizzy. Do you ever see a blowout and then they have all the curls right here and you're like, oh boy. So I have a lot of family members that have really curly hair. I always make sure to get that area as straight as possible. So we're going to go for volumes. We're going to go for 1980s Bon Jovi today. Just kidding. We have a couple more sections. If you guys have any questions at all.
well, I was gonna say, Lisa's saying, Dawn, I love how you twirl the ends. I really have to go back to a round brush now.
Wait, who said that?
Lisa.
Oh my gosh.
And now Nicole's yelling at her, being like, I've been telling you to use a damn round brush.
Yeah, I cannot. I mean, this I know wasn't as popular now because typically, so say I was gonna curl her hair after, which I clearly, you know, with her hair you don't need to. But if I'm gonna do a blowout, this is a. So you guys are when you ask questions, you're bringing up points that I remember I want to say now. So thank you, Lisa. Is if I'm gonna do somebody's curl, if I know I'm gonna curl their hair with the iron after the blow dry, I don't still just messily blow dry it to get it dry, because now it's messy and frizzy, and now you have that's your canvas that you're starting with to curl. You're not going to get as a great result as if, and you don't have to be as thorough with the blow dryer if you're going to curl, because the heat from the curling iron will smooth it, but it does make for a much prettier set when you're done. So it's another tip too.
That's awesome. I was going to say that it is about 12:40, so we are like banging through this.
All right. I'm going to get to work here. Get myself in a little zone. Make sure we get to finish this blowout in time. Thank you guys all again so much for participating on your Sunday, which I'm sure 90% of you is your day off. So it means a lot to us. It means a lot to me. And also thank you to Alkali Beauty for hosting an amazing event. Free education is not easy to come by, and all 10 classes are free.
Honestly, we were so excited to host you guys. Like I'm someone, I mean, I'm the director of education. I'm so proud of our Alkamob, and it's just amazing to be able to show everyone off and just be like, do your thing, and that we get to learn it and do a free event. I'm glad that Alkali has been able to provide something for everyone. Yes, so I'm excited.
Awesome. Yeah, it's great. And they're always open for ideas. If you ever have an idea or suggestion and you feel funny to bring it to the head of the company, you don't have to. They're always open to listen to what you have to say. This is a lot of fun.
Yeah, for sure.
What was that?
Oh, I was just saying for sure. I was agreeing with you.
Oh, thank you. Okay. Yeah.
You got the blow dryer on loud. You can't hear
I
me.
know. I want to make sure I finish this. I talk too much, so I got to make sure I finish this.
You're doing good. You've got like 2 sections left, basically.
Yeah. I think I probably said that 4 sections ago, so I lied. Sorry. Now I have 2 left. I just blow dry this up because I like a lot of volume at the crown in the root area. Just make sure you have tension of that hair, because if you don't, it's going to go all over the place. And you're going to be chasing it around. Just try to smooth it out. And I'll ask them, which side they part, so I make sure it's the right side. But a great tip is, which way do you normally part? So this way? Okay, so she normally parts her hair this way. So what I'm going to show you is, this is a great tip for the volume, because that's where everyone likes the volume, right at the top, right? So she parts it this way, but we're going to blow dry it the opposite way, all the way down over. Because now, when we flip it back up, you're going to have amazing volume. But you want to make sure, like I said, you have to have tension, or the hair is just going to go everywhere. Don't forget the end. Don't feel left out if you do, and it'll look really bad. Bring it up. Now she has this voluminous hair on the top, and that's what most people always strive to do during their blow dry. We're just about done. I think I have 1 section here. I'm so excited to show you guys, so I'm gonna go a little bit quicker than I normally would. I'm going to contradict everything I just told you guys, just so you can see the final result. That's right. You can also spray in our afterglow during each section to seal it in, to shine. You can put VIP between each section. You can also use foreplay between each section, which is our detainer, primer, strengthener, but also helps the heat on, that you put on your hair. So I spritz it in my hair before I curl it and before I blow dry it. It smells like you're on the beach. You can't beat that. Okay, so we're coming down to the nitty gritty, guys.
Perfect.
For hanging in here with me. I'm having a great time. I really love doing this. It's so fun for me. That's the nice thing about using the round brush and twisting it is you don't have to go back in and curl it with an iron. Okay, this is the last one. If any last minute questions at all, or about anything I've used today, or anything I've done today, or maybe some struggles that you had during your blowout. Usually when they go to the bangs, I put it a little bit cooler because that'll really burn their forehead. So I'm just going over now, just to smooth it out, the last minute touches. And then I will let you guys see the finished product. And I'm excited for you to see with the beginning product or the beginning canvas we started with was extremely curly.
That looks so good, Dawn.
What?
It looks so good. We are all like obsessing over this blow dry.
Thank you. Well, thank you, and also to Mariana for having amazing hair.
Oh, for sure.
Sometimes I might get a little bit OCD with my blow dries just because I love doing them, and I love when my clients always say, "Oh my God, I want you to take you home, take you to my hair. Can you come over every morning?" So I always try to, try my best, but at least feeling beautiful. You would think that you would have like arms of steel, but I don't get it. Like my arms sometimes are like, oh. And then I look in the mirror like, oh, maybe I'll have a muscle. I'm like, no, yeah, it's still not there. All right. So here we have. Oh my gosh. I always forget which way people card it. And they literally tell me, and then 4 seconds later, I'm like, wait, which way did you say? I'm terrible at that. All right. I don't even know which way I part my own hair. Okay. So here we go. What do you guys think?
That looks awesome, Dawn.
Yeah.
That's cool. Like a beautiful bouncy blow dry. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, and that's what I like. I mean, everybody's taste is different, right? I prefer a blowout with the round brush just because it's bouncy and soft. But a lot of girls like to use a flat iron too afterwards. But that's for me, personal preference. I prefer this look. So so you can see the front view. I do got to perfect a couple pieces, but here we go from the front view.
Oh, that looks so good.
Yeah, can you guys see it? Okay, let's see. I just
getting a little bit closer.
Yeah.
That looks amazing.
Thanks. Yeah, it's beautiful. So what I normally will do now is I would just go over a couple pieces that I see that I would want to tweak. Just maybe under here, some if I see little flyaways, and then I will spritz her with Afterglow. Here is the mist, and she'll be ready to go. So
awesome.
What do you guys think? Good?
That looks so good. So I would say anyone that has any other questions, you can reach out to Alkali Beauty directly, or Dawn is Array of Colors on Instagram, and she's a phenomenal person to reach out to. I just want to say too, as we're kind of wrapping this up, thank you, Dawn. Again, you did an amazing job. I learned a whole lot from you. So, and I know everyone else has as well. And like I said too, we've got some really great promotions going on. Use the code ALKALIVE to get some discounts until the 31st, and keep an eye on the stories, just so that way we're going to do our live drawing later for some raffles. And I'm really excited. I hope everyone's tuning into the rest of the classes. But Dawn, thank you so much. We're going to wrap it up right now, and I'll check in with you later. Take all the after photos.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for joining. It means so much. Thank you, Alkali Beauty, and thank you, Danielle. And Mariana.
Thank you. All right. We'll see you guys soon. Bye.
Okay.